Hello, my YouTube friends. Welcome to day one of cleaning out and sorting my craft room. Now, what once was my craft room is becoming my sewing room. I'm no longer doing a lot of crafts. I'm clearing this out, and I got a lot of help from Mr. Fix-It today, and I am so thankful. So first of all, we're taking everything out of the room except the big pieces of furniture. And yes, the elephant in the room is staying. That treadmill is going to stay in my sewing room for quite some time now. So I'm just going to have to work around and with it to get this done. I've got a few pieces that I've had in my closet that I think I had purchased these, I don't know, maybe from Myers or Walmart so many years ago. I think I've had them for 6 or 7 years, and I can't remember what I gave for them, but I'm sure they were a lot cheaper than they are today. None of my furniture is from Ikea, but I'm trying to put the sewing room together and finally get it to where it's going to be a workable sewing room that I can come in and enjoy doing my projects. We've cleared this closet out, and I'm not going to paint it. I'm not doing anything to the top up there just yet. But here we are at the end of day one, and I've still got a lot that I want to do, but it's just going to be sort of like a slow process. Those totes are scrapbooking that was all in that dresser, and I don't even hardly scrapbook anymore, but I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm going to put it in totes and store it in the closet. I don't want to put it out in the garage because it has photos in it. On day two, we were bringing in the other piece of furniture that I had out in the garage. I had this piece of furniture down in the booth, and I was using it down there, but I decided to bring it home, and I had this great idea that I thought I would put my sewing room together with it. So it's just been sitting out in the garage, and finally we are getting to it. Mr. Fix-It is going to level this piece up for me and put the shelf back in there, and I think I'm going to get him to make an extra shelf for this unit for more fabric storage. I'm not crazy about this wall over here, the dark color, but this treadmill is going to stay in here for a while. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't think these slats would look good if I painted them white. I just don't think it's just going to do anything for that wall. So I'm going to put my old quilt rack up there and put one of my quilts. Okay guys, this is the end of day two, and I know it doesn't look like we did a whole lot. Mr. Fix-It helped me do a few things. I brought this quilt stand back in, and that quilt is one my grandmother quilted at the top. That is the 7 Stars, 7 Sisters pattern. Over here I brought this chair in. I have my quilt, and I'll tell you all about my quilts later on. Right now we're just doing the craft room, actually sewing room makeover. There is all my threads. I've been putting them together, but I'm not going to leave them there, but they're there for today. This is where my treadmill is going to go, and there is my TV when I'm walking on my treadmill. Larry put up the old quilt rack over here on this wall, and this is the quilt that's going up there. I don't have it up there yet, and my sewing machine is set up on the table that Larry made for me for my sewing room, like a workstation. I haven't put my cutting pad on there. Over here, we brought this piece in. I've got a few quilts stacked in there for now. I'm not sure if they're going to stay there. I don't have anything at the top or on the walls. We did get some electrical strips put back there from a lamp, and I think I'm going to do something with my lampshade. And then this is my candle warmer, and I don't want to light a candle and forget about it in here, but I will use my candle warmer, and I feel safe with it around all the fabric in here. So I don't have anything in the drawers yet, but I'm happy to get my machine partially set up, the foot pedal. But I'll show you what Larry did for me. It's back here behind the table. He put an electrical strip back there for me to plug up my machine and anything else I might be using. And all of my furniture in here has felty, so I can easily move it around if needed. I did put the cubbies back in here, and that has like string, rope, office supplies, glue, and then that is our Christmas wrapping paper. All of that is in an organizer, and that's going to stay in here. And then over there in those two totes is my scrapbooking stuff. I haven't got it out and done anything with it for years, but I just don't want to get rid of it. You never know, one day I may want to pull it out and work on it. The top of the closet isn't the way that I want it just yet, but for now I'm not going to fool with that stuff. I still got a lot of stuff in the living room. You can see there's a lot more of the cubby bins to come in, but I am clearing them out. This is going to be a sewing room. So there it is, guys. The end of day 2. And I really like how it's coming together. One day maybe that treadmill won't be in here, but I do need it for now. Hey you guys, welcome to my sewing room makeover. What I'm doing today, this is day 4, I believe, of working on my sewing room. And this is my setup back here. And I've got some quilts, and things are going to change as I go along. This may not stay the same. I do have stacks of fabric that I need to go through. And I ordered these. They're called comic book protectors. And it's just like a little piece of cardboard. And I ordered these. I got 100 of those. And I got 200 of the little clips. They're called alligator clips. And I don't know if I'm going to use 1 or 2. But I want to get some of this fabric wrapped up and out of totes that I have sitting over there on the floor. And I want to get this wrapped up. This was some fabric that I had bought at a lady's barn sale. The lady had more fabric, I think, than Joann's sewing store, which is now becoming Michael's from what I heard. So I want to get this wrapped up, and I want to get things organized so that I can come in here and later on, after my room makeover, and I show you everything that I got, I'm going to go through my quilts, my whips, my projects that are in work in progress, and I'll share even some stories behind some of my quilts. Now you can see I don't have anything up on the walls yet over here, but I do have stuff to go up there. I just haven't got to it yet. I just thrifted this little apothecary jar here from a yard sale, and I'm going to put scraps on there. My scraps are going to go in there. So I just love this. I love finding this. And if I find more, I'll pick them up. I paid $10 for this, and well worth it. I didn't even talk her down. But anyway, I want to go ahead and get some of this fabric done up and put up here. And then I may end this video and do another sewing room update later on. But for now, let's go ahead and get some of these wrapped up. What I have laid out here on my cutting board is I used some glue dots, and I have glued one of these cardboard pieces down here, so it's going to give me an idea as I fold my fabric. And let me go ahead and start one, because I know these are all big enough to go on there. And as I fold my fabric, it's going to tell me where I need to fold and how much room that I have. So I want just probably about a 1/2 inch down here and a 1/2 inch up here. Take my cardboard piece, lay it over, you don't really have to fold this to the end, so let me move this over a little bit. All right, this is a great start. And we just keep folding. I somehow think that this would be better if it was pressed out, but I think it's going to be okay. We're going to go ahead and work on this and see how it turns out. Continue to fold your fabric. And you take a clip, that. And since this is a little thicker, I'm going to go ahead and use 2 clips. They count to use 2 clips per board. I don't think that worked out right. Okay, this is going to take some time. There is my first one. And then I'm going to put it up here. And let me speed it up a little bit. So this is going to take some time. I think I would much rather have those pressed. As I continue to work on my sewing room makeover, I'm just using fabric that I have pulled out of my totes that is like a 1/2 yard to a yard that's going on these cards. Anything smaller than that, I will be pressing on my ironing board and sorting through those and then getting some other containers. And I will go over that with you later. Okay, sweet friends, you get the idea of what I'm doing up here with all of my fabric. I have 3 totes sitting over here on the floor. Some of them are my WIP projects, my work in progress. Some of them are fabrics, and I didn't go to Ikea and buy all of the stuff for my sewing room. I had this shelf that I used down in the booth. I brought it home. I gave, I think, $30 or $35 at a yard sale and painted it. And I've got some quilts in there right now, and that may change. And this is what I was just working on, and I want to get all my fabric. But these shelves right here, These cubbies were in that closet, and I brought them out and set them on this buffet. This dresser was a thrifted dresser for $40. I painted it, put new handles on it. I used it as a buffet dining room area in there for a while, and I brought it in here, so I'm not buying anything. And then my work table is one that Larry made for me. So I'm going to end the video here, and this is supposed to be a sewing room makeover. It's a lot of process to getting it all worked in. I want to get these drawers lined with some liner before I put any fabric in them. I got this apothecary jar at a thrift yard selling over the weekend for $10. I'm going to put scraps on that and put scraps in it, and I just love that I found that. I don't have anything hanging on the walls yet, but I want to work on this for another 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll give you an update on how far I have gotten. When I get done with this, I plan to do a total sewing room tour for you and show you what I have. But now, if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, be sure and hit that subscribe button below, along with the little notification bell that will allow YouTube to let you know when I upload a video. Now, I'm still going to be doing my home decorating next week. I'm working on decorating for summer in my entryway and my living room. Real-time decorating. I don't want to decorate for summer clear back in February. And I think that that's just ridiculous when I'm going into the shops and you're seeing fall stuff in the spring. I'm going to continue to decorate seasonally in real time, guys. I'm not all about this decorating for summer back in March. So this is summer to me. June the 21st is summer. So we're in June, and I will start decorating for summer then. So anyway, enough said about that. I'm thankful that each and every one of you are here. We are close to hitting 17,000 subscribers on our channel. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. And leave me a comment that lets me know that you're watching. So until my next video, guys, I will see you then. You have a wonderful week.